What if there were one mindset shift so powerful it could make anyone emotionally bulletproof in a world drowning in negativity? Not a fairy tale fix, not some guru mantra, just real grounded mental fuel that anyone can use to rewire their brain, reclaim their peace, and finally stop spiraling into the chaos of every news cycle. Imagine the mind as a garden. Every scroll, every conversation, every video is either planting flowers or planting weeds. It's just like fueling a car. Put in the wrong stuff, and the engine sputters. So why keep feeding the mind junk and expecting peace, joy, and clarity to grow? This mindset shift isn't about fake positivity or ignoring life's real problems. It's about protecting mental space like the future depends on it, because it does. Whether someone is a parent trying to hold it all together, a married couple building a life, an entrepreneur chasing goals, or just a human exhausted by the daily noise of the world, this message is a wake-up call. Because what the mind consumes, the future reflects. Take what happened just last week. A major celebrity was thrown into a storm of controversy because of a deep-fake video. Something outrageous, like tuxedo wearing, Shakespeare quoting, cat-throwing levels of nonsense. And yet people believed it. They shared it, canceled the person, ranted about it, all without checking if it was real. That's how primed the modern brain is. Trained to react, trained to feed on drama. Outrage has become a drug, and without conscious effort, it runs the show. But it doesn't have to. Negativity doesn't knock down the door, it slips in quietly. A scroll here, a headline there, a comment section rabbit hole that starts with pizza toppings and ends in a full-blown digital war. Many people wake up and doom scroll for 90 minutes before they even brush their teeth. They start the day with X, Instagram, Reddit, and those random unsolicited news alerts that show up like party crashers no one invited. By the time breakfast rolls around, it already feels like 3 emotional wars have been fought. It's not just the big dramatic stories either. It's the slow drip of passive negativity. Rants. Viral videos of humans being the absolute worst. Keyboard warriors battling in comment threads. And without realizing it, all of that gets absorbed. It gets carried through the day like emotional luggage nobody meant to pack. But here's the good news. Change is possible. And it starts small. This doesn't mean moving to a cabin in the woods or throwing the phone into a lake. Though that does sound tempting some days. It means making tiny, intentional shifts. Swapping doom scrolling for a podcast that lifts the spirit. Following accounts that spark laughter instead of rage. Jotting down 2 or 3 things to be grateful for before diving into the day. These are small choices that rewire the brain from the inside out. Because this isn't about becoming a monk or mastering Zen. It's about giving the brain a better vibe before jumping into the internet's chaos buffet. Think of it like meal planning for the mind. No one would eat expired leftovers and expect to feel amazing. So why consume content that drains the spirit and expect to feel peace? Every single thing the brain consumes is either building strength or breaking it down. And most people don't even realize they're letting digital fast food into their heads 24/7. What gets consumed shapes what gets believed, and what gets believed shapes how life gets lived. If the only voices getting through are the ones saying the world is broken, people are awful, and nothing good ever happens, that becomes the script running in the background. But it doesn't have to be that way. Imagine training the brain to expect good things, not because of naivety, but because of intentionality. What if every scroll became a conscious decision instead of a mindless reflex? What if social feeds were filtered like drinking water? What if mental input was curated with care, like it actually mattered, because it does? Again, this isn't fake optimism, it's gritty, grounded truth. The kind that says, life is hard, but I believe I'm stronger. The kind that sees the chaos but chooses to notice the kindness too. Choosing to believe in growth, in joy, in the possibility that maybe, just maybe, things are getting better, even when the headlines scream otherwise. Think of the mind like a garden. No one gets roses from planting trash. It needs good soil, clean water, a little sunlight, and grace when weeds sneak in, because they will. Everyone slips. Everyone still catches a little drama scroll here and there. Everyone lets a snarky comment live rent-free in their head sometimes. The difference is resilience. It's the bounce-back speed. Mental strength isn't born overnight, it's built. One rep at a time, one boundary, one better thought, one positive scroll, one decision to mute, unfollow, or swipe away from the chaos. And it's not just content that matters. The people in the circle matter too. Curating the feed is only part of the process. Curating the life is just as important. That might mean unfollowing accounts that spark insecurity, muting the friends who complain nonstop, walking away from gossip like it's spoiled milk. Not because of judgment, but because peace depends on it. Choosing to guard the mind isn't arrogance, it's self-respect. Positivity isn't about pretending, it's about perspective. Choosing to see the light even when the shadows scream. Laughing at the meme that makes the whole day better. Saving the comment that lifts the spirit. Texting the person who always responds with love. That's the kind of fuel that keeps the engine running when the world feels heavy. And yes, even now the scroll still happens. No one here is a saint, but the difference? The scroll has purpose. The question now is, does this make me feel better? If not, it gets the swipe. It's that simple. Because the mind is a control center, a creative engine, a command post, and it deserves better than chaos on repeat. Not every story heard, every word read, every video watched, it's all shaping the future. And while life can't always be controlled, the input can. That power is real. The choice? It's in the hands of the gardener, the gatekeeper, the chef of the mental menu. So feed the mind with intention. Filter the noise. Laugh a little more. Scroll with purpose. And for the love of peace, please, stay out of the comment section. If this resonated, if it helped, if it inspired even one new thought, go ahead and hit subscribe to Positivity Perks. Share it with someone who needs a little more peace and a little less panic. Drop a comment if you're feeling bold, but only if it lifts others up. Because nobody's alone in this. Everyone's figuring it out one mindset shift at a time. Stay strong, stay intentional, stay positive, and we will see you on Friday.